Let me see if this is working. Looks like it. I want to double check though. Let's pull this up on another screen. Yep, looks like it's working just fine. That's we are live and getting this started right away. Let's see. Do a little bit of due diligence while it starts up. Um, so I was definitely tempted to play a different game today. But this event is temporary, and I'd like to play it a little bit longer before it goes away. Um, however, like I mentioned, with the I was only tempted because there's this game called Dino Blade, and I've been following it for a while. Um, I'm trying to think what I'm trying to say at the same time, trying to think of what I want to type, and they don't mesh well. Um, Dino Blade is just came out with a demo, and I am pretty excited about it. However, I think I'm going to play it maybe in the weekend, probably. Um, Maybe for like a Halloween special, that'd be funny. Do a little bit of streaming, in the day of Halloween. Granted, I'd probably be a short stream to go out trick or treating or something, or maybe even late night, stream and do that. I don't know. Let me see. I need to figure out what I'm gonna write. Let's see. Good enough. Let's not overthink it. Yeah, good enough. All right. I think that's good enough. Definitely not going to overthink it. And let's get to the game. Why not? Is that good? Is it? I don't. Unless I. Oh, there it is. Perfect. Let's see. Audio's good. Headset's good. Capture's good. Right then. Um, I guess. Let's take a look at this real quick. Alright, don't need to worry about that. Let's focus more on the game. There we go. Hunter rank 446 with 564 hours of playtime. That's, I think, more or less about how much I have in Worlds right now. Uh, Crazy how much playtime I have in just 1 year of Wilds compared to the multiple years of World. However, I was very on and off World, um, due to personal circumstances and uh, how do I say it? Um, just lack of knowledge of the game, I suppose. Um, I didn't really know much about Monster Hunter back then. I played base world for a while. I want to say 100, almost 200 hours. And then played it for another roughly 100 hours ish. I'd say less than that because I was only like 100 and something, maybe around 120 to 150 hours of playtime. And then when I got back into it, I played it for another 100. So I'd be around 200 or 250 if I'm being loose with my math, that is. And then uh around that time is when I first decided to purchase the DLC of Iceborne, and that is where the next 200 to 300 hours of playtime went into. And I was very much into that. I played like 100 hours easily, took a little break I think, and then pretty sure when Wilds was announced, I started playing a lot more and got an extra 200 hours maybe. But even then, granted, it's a lot of playtime. However, since that was my first Monster Hunter game, I definitely wasn't as committed to it as other people. But I've grown since then, and I still think the game's good. Conflicted feelings on Wilds, for a good reason, I suppose. But it's still a good game. I'm pretty lucky to be able to play it, all things considered, with its optimization. After all, it could totally be worse right now. Just to do this real quick, and I'll worry about it later. I'm gonna close this door since I make a lot of noise, yapping away, talking about who knows what. Alright then, how do I want to do this? 9 stars or higher. Utuna, Lalabrina, event quest. I guess I could do the event quest for Nude rather easily. And then fight high rank Lalabrinas and Utunas afterwards. How long is this festival going on for? Till November 11th. So we got another, what, 2 weeks on this? Let's do some math. It's the 11th. Today's the 28th, so 29, 30, and 31 is at least 3 days more. So yeah, about another 2 weeks. Cool. Another 2 weeks of this event is what we got going on at the moment. That is more than enough time, I believe, for anyone who is still missing anything. Granted, none of this festival is particularly difficult to do. All you have to do really is like spend a day on it to really get what you need. However, this is your first Monster Hunter game, then might be slightly more difficult. Do a little bit of barrel bowling. See if we could just get some free stuff. What kind of map is this? What am I supposed to do with this? Let's try and bounce it off that over there. It bounced. Oh, it hit a lot more than I thought. Cool. Okay. I should adjust the angle in case when I do that again. For this, however, I think I'm just going to try and just get this thing rolling that way. It has no momentum, apparently. Holy moly. That was so bad. Alright, let's try that again. physics on these barrels are so bad. I am not surprised at all. Let me see, I think I should be more on this side and then try and roll it. Yeah, something. Okay, that's could be worse, I guess. That was pretty bad. It bounced way too much back and fell further than what I had the first roll. I'm just gonna try throwing it that way again without looking too much down. That was much better. Granted, my score is gonna be like a B. There we go. Dreamspell voucher. Cool, cool. Alright then, let's go figure out what we want to hunt first. Guess La Labrina is not a bad idea. Login bonus. Cool. Alright then, let's see. There is this. There was something different about this Dreamspell catalog. Do I need that? Apparently I do. I could do that, but I also wanted to fight Lalabrina, so I should have one here somewhere. Maybe? I don't think so actually, now that I think about it. No, I just have a bunch of stronger monsters. I should really try my best to clear out my investigation logs. There's a couple of Lalabrinas right here. Let's do this one. Just needs to be high rank, so we are good on that. Fire is the preferred element, so we'll do something for that once we are in it. Bring ourselves over there. Alright then. Let's go hunt us a Lalabrina. First monster of the day. Warm up. Pretty easy warm up, all things considered. I'd normally fight like an Omega as a warm up. Right then. What is my build currently? Ice. I think that's what it was. I was fighting Arc Tempered Radar the other day. And I was kind of messing around with a build possibility. Bird damage. Got a lot of things going on here. This one isn't bad if I want to use it for this build. Granted, this isn't really a build yet, it's just a whole ton of level 3 skills jammed packed together. Adrenaline Rush, Agitator, Burst, Weakness Exploit. Just as many skills as possible, apparently. I could even get another 2 points in Weakness Exploit. It's just a lot of stuff going on there. Even if I click on that, what else would I even go for? Adrenaline Rush? It is a lot of attack, but I don't proc that nearly as often. Weakness Exploit is pretty easy to do though. Agitator is also super easy. Don't need to worry about too much about damage because we already got plenty of it. For a build like this, something like spread ammo would be really good with the heavy bowgun. Yeah, it's pretty much the one with the highest chance of actually being able to evade something. What a strange build. I doubt it'll do any good, but I'm just gonna mess around with this to fight Lalabrina, just because I'm going to put on a few points of concentration just because I don't really need anything else at the moment. I mean, adaptability is good, but also don't quite need that. Let's see, there's Shock Absorber, Shockproof. That one's a good one. I like Blindsider. Divine Blessing would be good in case we do get hit. Let's just go with more Constitution. Alright. So we are going to think about spread ammo for sure. Granted, we could also use normal ammo, but that's not that great either. Let's do crit boost since that's usually the go-to thing to do. I think it's better to do crit boost actually, and then appoint an opener. The only reason why you'd want 3 points in opening shot and less in crit boost is if you could consistently dodge like 10 plus times in a minute, is from what I've heard is the math. I can't guarantee that, but I can rely on the information that I have learned. I think I'm just gonna make it the gun lance and equip some things like what do I do, this or this? If I do this, I technically would get more damage out of the Wyvern Fire once I gotten everything equipped. For example, artillery, attack boost. And I could do another attack boost just because. But I also like doing the magazine attack boost. 499 attack damage is pretty good in my opinion. I don't get as much with the other gun lance just because it's not an Ardian with the darn Ardian meta with the way it is. I'm gonna mess around with this build, see how it goes. I don't think this build is particularly bad, but I also don't think it's particularly good. Where is... Oh, it's going way back to its nest. How about... let's just head over to... Oh no, it's right next to us. What am I thinking? I'm looking at the wrong Lalabrina. Let's eat a couple things. I should really make a set just to buff up. I really haven't bothered doing that before. I haven't really had a need to do like a max buff set. By that I mean like all of the items. So you'd want like a demon powder and mega demon drug and things like that. Haven't really... Oh cool, we got Oh, well. Where are you going? I kinda saw that one coming. When Lalabrina stops still like that. Nice. We do a lot of damage. However, I want to hit the weak points. And by that I mean its face. I don't know what it's aiming at. Nice. Just keep hitting those wounds. I get a lot of damage off those. There we go. the pedals are. Whoa. Oh, nice. Shock chop. Thing is already almost dead. No surprise. I'm after all doing 200 to 300 damage easily. Oh. I'm trying to call for my sacred. Not working. I'm just gonna use a flash pod once I catch up. Get back here. Aha! I caught it somehow. I'm gonna jump right over to it. Ooh, nice. Big hit. But see if I can. Oh, a bunch of wounds on it all of a sudden. Nice. Easy. I should have had some kind of pod equipped sooner, but I wasn't really trying to speedrun it. But still, it still only took me, what, 5 minutes or less, I assume? Could have been longer, but I did spend a bit of time just messing around, crafting something together. I didn't really see how long the fight itself was. 8 minutes, but I spent a lot of time in the tent. Oh well. Alright. We do want to fight an Uthduna as well, but there's not one currently in the map. So let's head up here, just because that is the most likely spot of a Uthduna spawning. And we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of resting. Might as well. Unless I suddenly have an investigation for Uthduna, which I just might. Yes, I do. Tempered Uthduna. Might as well. That's it. Guess we don't. We'll save the voucher for 9 stars and up. Let's see. Let's see how we do solo. I don't know. Let's see how a spread build works with him. Probably not that great, but kind of want to get that practice in. Uthdhuna's a weird one to fight. It's not difficult. But yeah, let's just get into it. I'm overthinking. Another news though, since I feel like talking about it, Dino Blade is wait, I mentioned that at the beginning of the stream. Definitely interested in playing that. I thought I'd be able to jump, but it's not letting me. Okay, yeah, I've been following Dino Blade for quite a while and very interested in actually playing it. It feels like a Souls-like game, I think. I mean, it kind of looks like one, but it's... I don't know how to explain it yet until I actually play the game, you know? Let's do this. Just start shooting it. I wonder why his head becomes a weak spot after that. Oh. Then I could just keep this up the whole time. Dang it, didn't dodge it. I don't know how I dodged anything there. But we'll take it. Oh. Oh, I'm getting stuck in a corner here. Head broken. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get me out of this darn wall. Oh, the waves. Not the waves. Come on. Probably should have flashed him out of the air. Would have been funny. Pick this out now. Alright then. I've been kinda wanting to do more speedruns again, since it's been a minute. I've been playing a lot of Hollow Knight after all. Definitely don't have a problem with that. Nope. In fact, I'm still going to be playing Hollow Knight from time to time. Okay. Let's follow him and heal up. There is still more I need to find for sure though. I want to find more caterpillar guys, and I'm told that there's a particular enemy that can help me find them all. I did not hit that properly. I'm just gonna use this for now. So we got a whole bunch of monsters here. Cuckoo just left, but we still have Rathian. Don't know how that's gonna go. And there's another Rathian here. Okay. I'm gonna hide. Oh no, one Rathian is leaving. Never mind, we're just gonna keep fighting. I thought they were gonna make like more of a deal about that. Block that. Start blasting away. Doing a ton of damage there. Holy moly, tempered wounds or something else. And I don't mind just shooting at the face. I have my luring pods on, not my flash pods. I'm pretty dumb about that one. We're gonna try that again. Go. Nice, get a little clash. Still not really sure how we're able to clash against him, but it is what it is. Nice. We gotta do tons of damage here. Nice, got that dodge. I'm stuck in some kind of corner again. There we go. Alright then. Come on, big guy. Alright, big guy. Enough of that. Big damage on wounds. this guy is really bothered by my cat apparently. Let's just do that real quick. Okay. That was kind of close actually. It's kind of strange how the only real weak spot for ranged players is the head, essentially. There we go. We're gonna just keep shooting him. Oh. He is almost dead, so that's good. I want to do hundreds of damage here. Come back. Dang it, did not get the dodge. I would prefer a perfect guard, but it's up to me to time it. Alright. It's quite literally about to die. I wonder if I can kill it on the way. Not like that. Okay, I'm gonna kill it by doing 9 damage at best. Oh, maybe if I wasn't so slow, I'd actually... Nice. That didn't kill... Oh, that killed him. Nice. That's a funny way to kill it. It had still 2,000 health left? Dang. More than 2,000 health left. Only 9 minutes to take care of him. Easy peasy. Alright then, let's do a 9-star monster now. I can do the event quest for New Udra. Let's see. Let's head back to the Grand Hub at least. Take a look around. What do we have? Gormagala. I should really fight him more often. I want to see if I could maybe actually do something with that. I don't know, I just spent so long doing basic speedruns for the smaller monsters that I haven't really fought too often the bigger ones. Let's see. How many times have I fought them? So I've fought Steve a lot apparently. I need to fight a whole lot more Gormagala. I've only fought Steve so many times just because he pops up in so many duo investigations. Also, I don't know why I'm still using the heavy bowgun. Definitely not my favorite weapon. To be honest, I like the bow and the hammer more. Charge Blade's pretty fun too, though. Granted, I'm not good at it. It's a lot of maintenance and upkeep to take care of. Hammer, not nearly as much upkeep, obviously. Probably why I like it. Omega's definitely a really fun fight to do. Greatsword, I'm sort of meh at it. I like it. Not that good with it, but the offset sort of feels weird to add into my playstyle. Just because it feels so needed. So almost obligated to use. Aside from that, I just realized there's no insect glaive on this list. What the? No insect glaive, really? Or am I just blind? Hammer, hunting horn, lance, gun lance, switch axe, charge blade. Well, no, there's no insect glaive. That's insane. I should get rid of the darn longsword or switch axe because I haven't used either of them. Oh, there's also no light bowgun. I'm so dumb. So let's put those two in instead of the two that I don't use. Um, getting rid of those and just gonna start moving all this stuff to the side. Um, Actually, that could kind of stay there. Where does insect glaive go normally? Either way, we're gonna do something like that. There we go. That makes much more sense. All the weapons that I have used. Can't believe I didn't even notice insect glaive and light bowgun weren't there this whole time. What else can we do? Backgrounds. Laggy's cool, but I'm a little surprised there's no like Gormagala specific background. Not only that, but there's really very few backgrounds. 2 pages at best? That's kind of insane. Hmm. Yeah, it kinda is like that. How about poses? I know there's very few poses. I'm not totally a fan of all of them. Camera. Something like that's alright. It's alright, but let's keep looking. This flying one's pretty cool though. Do like that. Wonder how much you can zoom in. How about you just zoom in on the cat? That is kind of funny, not gonna lie. Something like that. That's pretty funny. I think I will leave it like that for now. Thinking about changing the title too, but let's do that later. I'm gonna get ready to fight a what's it called? New Udra. Should I still use? I know I have a different. Oh wow, feeling yawning. Don't like it. Wonder what happens when I think about an entirely offensive build with no defense in mind. The defense was essentially my build when I thought about um Omega in mind because it felt like if I didn't have at least 500 defense, um, it wasn't working out. Just because you can and will get hit very often, especially against Savage Omega. Um, But yeah, let's think about that. That's why it has guard, guard up, and offensive guard, just because of how much I know I'm going to be guarding in general in Omega fights. It'll probably be the same thing against New Udra, to be honest. But let's try changing that. This is usually good in terms of builds. But let's remove everything and try something else. Um, so let's think about this first. We have all of these normal shot, burst, no guard up, offensive guard, and flare. It's not bad. I could definitely work with that, but I'd have to kind of lean more towards flare. Um, I mean, getting more wounds would be ideal. Tetrad shot with spread ammo, not really. Focus, offensive guard, agitator. I don't know what I'd use focus for. That's the thing. Granted, I could charge the focus strike, but even then, it'll still take too long, even with focus. Let's see. Okay, let's do. Let's take a look at all of them now. Let's see. Special ammo boost. Again, we're still going to focus more on spread ammo. Attack boost, offensive guard, latent power. That's actually not bad. Latent power is actually a really cool skill for crit chance. Having that critical chance is really easy with latent power just because it's so much more easy to guarantee that much crit. It just takes a little bit of time to get to that point. But against New Udra, that would actually be really easy. I should consider that. Attack boost, evade extender is not bad either, but getting evade extender is not difficult. Offensive guard, counter strike, maybe. I don't like this more. Even though attack boost is not like super great, it's just nice to have. Opening shot, offensive guard, anti-rise. Now this, on the other hand, is also really good that I can work with. Especially with a spread ammo build. Why does this remind me of a different... I don't know, I remember seeing this just now. Crit eye, crit boost, that's a funny one. I don't know why, but every once in a while I'll just keep a random, funny talisman like these. Crit eye, crit boost, poison attack. Or even this, crit boost, razor sharp, focus. They're not like great talismans, but I find them really funny. I have used this in a build where I have like 5 crit eye and 5 crit boost, just because it is possible with this setup. Yeah. I think I will try something with this. That means I'm gonna want at least 2 to 4 pieces of Gormagala. So let's do that. Let's equip his pieces, the ones that I do have upgraded in terms of defense. The problem is he has bad fire resistance. Although I could do. I do not have the chest piece. Granted, it's only evade window. I could also upgrade it right now really easy. Let's equip it for now and do the rest this one will be good regardless. Resentment. Resentment is practically going to be a guaranteed good item against new Udra due to the fact that he has so much fire aura going on with him. I do like this one though, even though it has no additional fire resistance, but it's better than a negative fire resistance. Hmm. These are alphas. Do I not have beta pieces? I mean, I do. It just is such a minor difference. Antivirus, or I mean, it's the same thing regardless. Okay. Actually, no, it isn't. I don't need antivirus at all. I already have all 3 points of antivirus, so this has antivirus automatically, so this is the only one realistically I could change straight out the gate. Adrenaline Rush is a good idea due to the fact that Spread MO wants to evade so much. Now the question is, how do I go about the rest of it? I think what's best is if I go for a 2-piece Gormagala, because having 4-piece is not going to go well. So let's switch out a couple more pieces. Like the headpiece, I'd like to switch out. I'm gonna be honest, 3 points of burst is still good, but I don't know if I'm going to want it or need it. Maximum might will be pretty useless, all things considered, with spread MO evading so often, very often. Question is, do we go that or maybe Agitator? I kind of like Agitator more in this case, almost. I say that, but I did not convince myself of that. I think I'm gonna switch this out, most realistically speaking. A lot of resentment and a lot of burst for no reason. It'll also get me the fire resistance I probably need for this fight. Or do I go for more points in Adrenaline Rush? Yeah, let's get the Adrenaline Rush. So I don't have Agitator. That's the funny thing. I have 1 point of Agitator. Adrenaline Rush. What do I do about that? Guess realistically, I'd have to switch this out if I want more points of Agitator and or Adrenaline Rush, like this. Even if I got this, hypothetically, would that be enough? Agitator, 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 Agitator. It is. That honestly surprised me. The thing is, how do we go about crit? We don't have a lot of it. Although the heavy bowgun already comes with a lot of crit, so that is good. It'll help. Antivirus will help with at least 2-piece gore. I have 3-piece Seregios, which I don't think there's any 3-piece bonus, but You get the 2-piece bonus, so it'll extend the duration of Adrenaline Rush, and extend it at least once if triggered again, so that's good. And then we can at least trigger Frenzy and get the antivirus going. So I can probably just commit to that amount of right. Although maximum might is here, it's not going to be good just because I won't be able to consistently keep it up. I am going to be trying a spread ammo build um against him. Evade window. This is going to be really important to get as much of that as possible. Then we just have a bunch of little point pieces. I guess Divine Blessing would be super important, but let's equip Adaptability first, just because that is really important in this fight. We might as well equip Fire Resistance, because that too is important in this fight. I have 2 armor pieces that are just not upgraded. And I wonder if I have enough to upgrade both. Granted, I don't really need them upgraded at all, to be fair. What else would I possibly equip? I'm gonna be honest, Constitution is really the only option here. Just because of necessity. Granted, recovery speed is also really good in this case, actually. Keep my health up as much as possible. Now we can go for crit boost. And there is offensive guard, but I kind of want just the opening shot. Yeah, very strange build, I'll give you that. I haven't really... I don't know, something about gore builds I just don't do often. And it kind of makes sense why. Out of this, out of that. Kind of want this instead. I get to keep that anyways. I can put another point in evade window. Just give myself even more evasion. And what did I have? Oh, adaptability. Right. We'll need that there. Um, Guess we can drop a point of it. This for that adaptability. The adaptability is going to be far more useful than the recovery speed, in my opinion. This doesn't matter, but I'd like to equip the usual. Let's see, artillery, and where did we go with that? Just so I'm not wasting any more time on it, even though I'm not going to be using it. Also, Corrupted Mental will be getting me more crit, so that's also really good. Okay, we have a decent build going on here. Yeah, I think so. Somehow all got put together rather well. Let's save this there and give it a good old spin. Don't need the water ammo, don't need anything extra or special. Yeah. Um, we could try and make a a buff loadout now. Um, I'm going to need to uh look that up, I suppose, because I know of someone who has a good video just for that. Why am I not seeing it? Am I spelling it wrong? How about I do go about it like this instead? There we go. Let's click on it like that. Oh, I've been misreading it this whole time. It's totally different. I've always been saying it as Atriac, but it's more of a Atraik? Atrek? I'm not really sure how it's pronounced, actually. I didn't really consider that. I've always just thought it was called Atriac. Hmm. Let's see. Let's take a look at buffing. So I am going to want an entirely different set to do that. Um, so I'm actually going to use this gathering set and then switch it out from there. Um, let's see. I want things like item prolonger and stuff like that. Speed eating, free meal. Um, but I want item prolonger first. Imparted wisdom, intimidator. Does not look like item prolonger is part of any armor pieces naturally, so we don't need to worry about that. We could focus more on free meal and things like that. We can equip this just because. Oh, this has free meal and speed eating. That's a lot better. Speed eating, hunger resistance, free meal. Alright. Okay, so we're just fine here. Free meal, Palico Rally. I mean, I really don't need to think about this. That's just free meal. I mean, I should know that. Mushroom Master isn't a bad idea either, but I'm going to leave that there. What else is a good skill? I already have free meal. Speed eating, is that part of any natural armor piece? Speed eating, yeah. I'm gonna equip that just because. And that's the only armor piece with speed eating. Cool. Don't need that for sure. I'm going to want item prolonger now. Wide range isn't bad. However, I think I have a better wide range if I want something like that. We can go with this actually. Not even worry about free meal. Number of slots, we can do this, and we'll equip anything as long as it has 3 slots, you know? Just having the maximum number of slots is the ideal here. Yeah. Specialists, mid range. Do we have any wide range? Oh, well, there's this actually. Totally true. So true. Doesn't. This has 3 points of wide range already, so we really don't need that either. Really don't have to worry about too much about this. Can equip that just because it evens out. Um, yeah, I already have more than enough like skill slots and everything. No, we actually needed that. Cool. How about everything else? We need some females. Where is that? Gobbler. This is speed eating. We have that. Flash. Here it is. Perfect. What else would I need? I think. Wide range, free meal, speed eating, item prolonger. I need that. The first thing that I was thinking about. What does that look like? Enduring. There we go. Perfect. Speed eating, item prolonger, free meal. I have wide range just because. I don't really think I need anything else. I'm gonna put on earplugs in this just because. Divine blessing just because. What else would I need? Let's see. Speed eating, item prolonger, female, and yeah, that's kind of really all I really need. Kinda. Why am I like this? Specialist for no reason at all. I could do random mushroom answer if I wanted to, I guess. I could even use this as for a little excuse for it. There it is. Mushroom answer, just because I don't think I'll be using it though. As far as any other skill, can't really think of much. I'm just gonna randomly put it on recovery up. So that's a lot of random skills, to be honest. Yeah, but it's good enough. I feel like I overthought it. There are good hunting horn skills though. Attack up, defense up, and sonic barrier is good too. Just the defense up, stamina reduction, stun negation, sonic barrier, offset. Attack up, defense up, sonic barrier, stunning melee. Okay, so guardian Wrath Blows is very similar to Guardian Arkfeld. The only difference is the Echo Bubbles and the equipment skills. Stamina regeneration while having Master's Touch. This has the element of light negation while having Horn Maestro. So this in theory is better. Very interesting support build. Might even put like Palico Rally in this if I ever figure out how to put that in. Granted, I could rather easily if I focused more on if I spent a little more time in this. Like I can fix this somehow. But I'm not gonna worry about that now either. So let's put that there. We're gonna put this as Chad. Just because I find that funny. But so the items, we do need to think of items. Let's first start with putting everything away. You two. So buffing. So what do we need to do for buffing? Okay, so there's quite a few. We could still do with the basic Might Seed, Adamant Seed. What else is on the list? The Mega Potions, such as this and this, apparently. There we go. We also need Armor Charms and Power Charms aren't the important ones. I think it's the powders next. Yes, powders. Equip these. There we go. I just want to stack those just because. Okay, so I'm looking at a buff list, and Devil's Blight is also a good one since I do have Mushroom Mancer. Devil's Blight's over here. There we go. Something like that. However, I'm gonna switch this up a little. Let's see, like this, and just throw that on top of you just because. All right. Let's just make this buffs. Buffs. Okay, good enough. Is that it? Is that all that there is to buffing? Okay, so that is more or less all you need to do. Let me take a look at this list real quick. Okay. Um, so I guess I can essentially, if I want to now, I'm gonna wait on the rewards over there for later. Let's think about a meal. We do want to be offensive, so pretty sure the Caprice meal is better. Although break time meal grants a temporary attack boost when you use the sit gesture for a while. I don't really want to wait for that. I think this would be better even though it's random. What else do we have? Extend the vulnerability period when evading, which could be honestly really good. I don't need this list anymore. I had a buffing list to help me make that set. Let's see. Tumbler meal could be really good for evading. I mean, this is also good just for defense in general. I think I'm going to do Tumbler meal just to extend even further my evasion. I think that would be really good. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a moment to watch this. Let's see. So, since I am using spread ammo, I don't have to worry about ammo or crafting any ammo. I just have to focus on somewhat timing my dodges decently. I have adaptability so I can ignore most of the heat AoE. Wow, that's so weird to watch a ball of fire eat, but it's funny. I don't need to worry about the seeds in general. I could do everything else just fine. Um, Mega armor skin. The seeds I can wait on for now. I'm thinking, if I eat it now, I could extend their duration times now. There. Only thing is, I'll lose some. The Might Seeds and Adamant Seeds don't last long in general, but I do have them in my normal loadouts. Just because. So I could just equip my standard and use everything I've got. See how fast I can do it. I'm probably going to want to do this multiple times for the sake of practice. We have chat over here, perfect. And here's my super offensive spread ammo build, which has as much mixed of defensive and offensive build as possible while being primarily focused on offense. I focused offense and then got whatever little skills I can to defense. And surprisingly, 4 points in evade window, all 3 points of fire resistance, 2 points in constitution just because, that's good, and 2 points in recovery speed is all super very good. So all of that's going to help out a lot as I fight this guy. Adaptability, also the main thing. I have at least 1 point of offensive guard, so I can guard some attacks and get a continuous bonus through that, but my main deciding factor would be evasion, just to have as many evasions, I guess, as possible. Don't really know how else to say it. Got my item, got my build. And in case my seeds start running out, I do have these. However, I don't really want him to go anywhere, so I'm just going to put on luring pods in now. Yeah, I have traps and barrel bombs. I don't think the barrel bombs are going to come in handy. So let me think about that. If barrel bombs aren't going to come in handy, flash pods aren't going to be coming in handy either. That's adamant seeds and might seeds. I could eat them again, but they wouldn't have nearly as much timer. Because rations are useless. That's useless. This could be useful. And that could be useful. Um, Potions are good, but regular potions are not going to be helpful. And powders. I don't really want to waste my time healing. And also, powders are only good with teams. This is more of a solo thing. Elberry. I think this cleanses Fire Blight. But I don't think we have to worry about that due to our resistances in general. I mean, we can try and capture him if and when we can. Yeah. This feels so uneven. Better-ish? Don't need that. Don't need that. Alright, we'll have this equipped, I guess. Something like that. Now that I think about it, never mind. I'm thinking about it, but I'm overthinking it. That's what it was going on. Okay, got lure pods, have my ammo. Potions, just in case I do need to heal, have my seeds, luring pods. Alright, let's try fighting. Arc-tempered Nudra again. He's not hard. If I fought him normally, I could beat him in like 15 minutes or less. However, I am attempting to beat him as fast as possible now. So let's do this a few times and see if we can do it. Right then. My best camp is here. Not too far, not too close. Well, as the closest as I can be. So, let's do that. Don't need to worry about my vouchers, I guess. I could have used one regardless. But I'll save them for when I'm actually gonna need it. Okay, so Nudra. He has a lot of close range attacks. I would prefer if he uses more slower, easier to block things. But I don't really get to decide that. His nuke is going to be somewhat annoying. I'm going to grab these rock bursts as well. I can interrupt him a lot this way. Granted, I'm going to want to find time. We do have our cat too, but I'm going to leave him there. Nice. I'm too close to him, I don't like this. Do that. I want to cancel him on that. Cancel him on that. Let's quickly heal up. Dang it. Nice. Oh, still got hit. I dodged, but I died to that. That's crazy, actually. Oh my gosh, please. Time to move, time to move. This is kind of tough actually, getting these timings. I dodged it, but it didn't let me dodge it. Gotta move. He's doing it again. That's funny. Nice. Dang it. It's really hard to consistently dodge him. That's what I'm really trying to do. Granted, I'm really strong at the moment. Okay, so my powders and seeds don't have too much longer. It doesn't look like those stay for very long. Gonna eat the seeds to refresh those at least. And equip my luring pods just so that he stays. I'm going to try one trap. And just start doing as much damage as I can. Ah. That was pretty sucky. Let's just heal up. We're gonna definitely need more. Whoa, Lion, you really knocked him down. Yes, Lion, it is time to go on the offensive. I'm gonna do a good handful of hundreds of damage here. I kinda saw that coming, but wasn't quite sure. Actually guarded against something. Shocker. I should really guard more often. Oh, didn't quite recognize that as an attack apparently. Ah. Almost got to evading that. Alright. Nice. Dang it. His attacks just come out a little too fast for me to get that last second dodge. I did it, but a little too late on that. So I'm going to take this time to quickly buff up. That's about it for now. Cool. This is still essentially a waste of time, but where does he pop out when you're already over here? Makes sense. Too close, buddy. Too close. Alright, got offensive guard activated. Wow. Head broken. Nice. Ooh, I guess she got a dodge off there. Oh, dang it. I was obviously still on the oil. Dang. My evasions are just off beat with him. Wish my evasions were a bit better. Ah. Okay, dodged a little bit of it, which was nice. Just gonna equip this. My cat's just up there, which is really funny. What the? Okay, that would have hit me had that been just a bit closer. Nice. Offensive guard didn't proc because I didn't get the perfect dodge timing. Oh nice, got that wound destroyed. It's too bad I can't really emphasize on wounds just because doing a focus strike is just in general really slow. What the? Why did he put away his weapon? Why did my guy put away his weapon? That was actually really weird. Did I accidentally press the button that puts away weapons? Does X put away weapons? I have no idea. If I do this... Yeah, I guess X is just sheath for some reason. Even though sprinting also puts away your weapon. Also getting on your sacred puts away your weapon. Also dying puts away your weapon. Also doing focus strikes. Not focus strikes. Mounted attacks puts away your weapon. So many things just put away your weapon for some reason. That was a dodge. Please give it to me. I don't need lingering hitboxes. Oop. I still had one more burst pod. I'm gonna die. Yep. That did not go well. $10. Wow. It was super slow as well. Granted, I fainted like what, 4 times? As a whole hunting party worth of deaths. Now, can I do that any better? Maybe. Need to think about what I could have done better there. Oh no, I don't have my other thing equipped. That's a shame. We're gonna do that again. There we go. I need to remember both item pouch and equipment. All the items I need for this particular fight. Here's my build with ice damage in mind. I think it's any better though. Wait, this is ice. What I need for him is water. Do I dare do a water heavy bowgun build? Would that do any good? I wonder if I look up any speedruns of 18 Nudra, if there's gonna be any with a heavy bowgun. Longsword, charge blade, hammer, longsword. This is a lance. This is another longsword, great sword. Switch axe, charge blade. Bow, light bowgun. Light bowgun is 4 minutes and 43 seconds. Not bad. Dual blades. Blades. I know someone else that did a speed run of him, sub 5 minutes. Bow, longsword, greatsword, charge blade, sword and shield. Okay, that's right. Yeah, HPG. Let's see if there's any at all. Apparently there's a 1 minute 37-second run of this, which doesn't make any sense. Wait, no, it's a tempered Nudra, not an arc-tempered Nudra. But even then, a minute 37 seconds does not sound real. I might watch that later just to see if it's even real at all. Anyways, we're gonna try that again with the same build. I still think it's strong, but okay. Before I go into another hunt, we're going to take a quick bathroom break. So I will be right back, guys. Alright, break time's over. So, funny thing happened. A cat and a dog got in a little fight. But I don't want to say it's normal, but at the same time, it's not exactly a surprise either. So, oh, sun's coming up. Let's see. So we are all buffed up and ready for another try at New Udra. Out of all of the ammo types, normally Elemental's the best to go with. I do think Spread does the most damage. It's just definitely the hardest to use in my opinion. Yeah, it's just one of those things where I can't control the recoil of the darn gun, and that bothers me a lot. It really does make spread ammo feel so unusable. Let's see. Let's take this. We still want to use it. It's useful. Although I will have luring pods stacked on top of it, so I use those first. Alright. Alright. Bit of an awkward start, but that only cost me seconds, as to I'm probably not even going to. Nice try. Nope. I should be able to break out of this just fine. Yeah. Oh, come on. I dodged that entirely. It didn't hit me till super late in the animation. He's firing it entirely at my cat. Okay, he is being aggressive against my cat, so all I have to do really is keep up with the distance. I did that just for some extra stun time on him. Nice try. I got that timing down pretty okay. He's at my cat again, that's fine. I got double dodge away from that. Ah. Have to block this. Get some offensive guard going. Whoa. Wasn't aimed at me, but... Nice. Here we go. This is where I want to hit. Got adrenaline rush going again. Ooh, nice. I hate when I'm too close, apparently, and it doesn't want to count it as a good hit. Nice, I got the dodge off. Okay, buddy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Not so fast now. Nice, we got all those dodges so well. Oh my goodness, doing so good. That did no damage there. I get that bowguns are a ranged weapon, but shotgun is not a ranged utility. I should not be punished for being so close to the monster. Why does it give me the dodge if it doesn't work? We're just gonna do that. Ooh. Gotta stay away from it. Yeah. Of course. Oh, what? Out of there. Drink a quick potion. I might as well eat these. That's relatively easy to dodge. Okay. Oh, come on. He got the animation in. I'm just going to follow for now. However, I do expect him to come to me. Yeah. Just gonna. I walked into that one. I think he's focused on my cat. Well. Did a little better for the most part, but there's my first feint. Still don't think I'm doing nearly enough damage to kill him. Or even capture him. Alright. Get right back into it. Nice. Oh. I'm just gonna do this. I think I would have preferred just shooting it as normal. Alright, my cat's put down a trap. Oh my goodness, the little blob. Oh, come on. I dodged it. Oh no. I dodged it. How long of a hitbox do those have? So many times I get the adrenaline rush and blade scale loading, but I still get hit by the attack I so-called dodged. It's happening so often, I swear. Ah, I mean, I obviously dodged too soon. I was just hoping to get a second one through. Oh no. Well, I happened to dodge towards a cliff, which slowed me down tremendously. 9 minutes till I failed. Faster? We're getting faster at failing the quest. Granted, if I fought him normal, I know I could beat him normally. Hmm, I think it's gonna go too well without tons of practice. Dang. And with a weapon so slow too. I want to say I'm doing damage, but it doesn't feel like I'm doing damage. I see a bunch of numbers, but it doesn't feel very rewarding. I've seen runs with like dual blades and they're literally doing hundreds of damage to thousands in seconds, while I feel like I could do a few hundred after a handful of seconds. I just feel so incomparable. Something about heavy bowguns just does not feel right. And this is some like of the highest damage I'm getting in the game. There's no real way to get higher damage. I assume. Hmm. I could try a different build. I could try a more special ammo focused build. Like I have one over here, which isn't bad. But it also does the thing where it has a lot of defense. So let's say I went with special ammo. This has the highest special ammo damage in the game, for sure. It has negative crit, yes, but that could be fixed. Um, I could do Adrenaline Rush, but I want to focus more on crit. So, Burst, of course, is really good. Resentment's going to be doing really good as well. Maximum Might as well. So let's put a piece in that. Let's go to the first page. Latent Power wouldn't be bad either. Counter Strike would also be really good. Let's try equipping the pieces of New Uja. So we get a lot of resentment, Counter Strike, and antivirus is useless. What if we went with let's just look through them. Let's see. Special ammo boost is definitely the way to go. We need that, at least. Attack boost, offensive guard, latent power isn't bad. Latent power would go really well with resentment in general. It'll also go really well with offensive guard. Attack boost, evade extender won't do me well. Offensive guard, counter strike is good, but I already have counter strike. So if anything, I can switch out those armor pieces for something else. Don't think I have anything else that does special ammo boost. Let's see, where would it be? How many things do I have? Special ammo boost, Tetrad defense boost isn't bad. Tetrad isn't going to be necessarily useful. This isn't bad either, has decent defensive stats. Special ammo boost, peak performance, counter strike. That's a decent one. But I think offensive guard, it's special ammo boost 1, but I could get the other one in convert element is also really good. Out of everything, that's probably the best one. Convert element a little random, but not bad. We could try running with that. How would we go about that? Do I have special ammo boost to add in just, 1 point skill? Yes, I do. So I can get that. I only need 1 more point of offensive guard, so if I try to look at that, I want to look at something that gives me only 1 point of offensive guard, which is the elemental stuff, and nothing else gives it. Do I want to use some sort of element? It would be water attack if anything, but this heavy bowgun doesn't do water attack, it does spread ammo. And even then, the main focus is special ammo. Let's take a look at the heavy bowguns. What does water? You do water? You do standard mode though, not ignition. And nothing else besides Gypseros has something even close. Let's see what happens if we look at the Gypseros heavy bowgun. I could buff the water ammo, which is good. The ignition fits the bill. Wyvern Heart and Counter are the only two real options for this guy. Wyvern Piercer is a good ignition, but with how much New Udra flails around, it's not going to be that good. So I think Wyvern Heart is just going to be more consistent. So I could run this one if I wanted to instead. I would lose some damage, but I'd also get the crit back. So that's not bad. Won't have guard up, I'd have guard, which is a stamina. It's not bad. I'd lose technically more health from guarding, but I could do something like this. Revert that to default. Get the second point in special ammo boost. And then what? Crit boost? I mean, yeah. That would be the most consistent because most of our damage is definitely in special ammo boost, not in the water attack. So let's try committing to that. We have 4-piece Nudra. We kind of want to get crit somehow, so we're gonna want to switch this up. As much as I like burst, it's a bit too random in this situation. The question is, do we want weakness exploit or do we want latent power? Kinda want to run with latent power. So how do we do that? Why did I even bother? I have so much resentment everywhere else. There's so much resentment. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gosh. I'm fine with this piece. This one doesn't quite matter. Equip you or you. It does kind of feel like agitator is important. How do I get an agitator resentment latent power build? I think I'll keep that just because it provides a lot. This, I can switch out for that. not bad. This one. Or this. What's the resentment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's exactly 5 resentment. We have enough for the rest though. Agitator, agitator, agitator will only have 3 points of latent power. That's gonna be a good one. This one, not so much. We can switch this up, maybe. That's the question. It's a maybe. Too much maximum might. Speaking of max might, 1, 2, 3. We're already good on max might. I do feel like I resentment, latent power. Do I have a build with resentment, latent power, and agitator? That's the question. Latent power, weakness, exploits, agitator, flare, agitator, burst, agitator, latent power. This one kinda works. Only kinda though. It'll get me what, 4 points at most with what I'm thinking of. It's not bad though. Okay, what if we... Just give me a sec, I can figure this out. It's like a little puzzle. Let's start with agitator. First off, having too many points in agitator is a surprisingly easy way to go about it. So, how many agitator does that give me? 4, 5, 6. I have 6 agitator with that. Can switch this out maybe. That does in theory work. How would I go about it from here? Latent. Latent power. Latent power. Latent power. Resentment. More resentment. Even more resentment. There it is. That's how you do it. Problem is, my fire resistance is not great. I'm not really sure how I managed to get all of that. It is a lot, for sure. Not as much maximum might as I'd want, but I don't really get to pick that. I was focused on resentment that just either latent power for as much effectiveness as that. Hmm. Um, what do my um, armor pieces give? So she has Pulse is good for healing. Um, I have Dark Arts. Having recoverable damage increases elemental attack, and some level 3 charged slashes are strengthened. That's not bad. That would technically increase um, our water damage. So that's not bad in general. Um, if only there was like a more convenient way to increase crit. We get 50 crit from latent power, obviously. Another 15 from that, so that's 65 plus 10 with this, that's 75. 75% crit is decent once they are all active. Latent power just needs a minute to activate. I don't really mind that at all. Let's see, what can I do for the rest? I obviously need adaptability. Um, that helps with a lot of the AoE damage, and then I suppose fire resistance, even if it's just a couple points. Yeah, pretty much. Just have to go into fire resistance. Only 9, but it's better than not having any, or even negative. There another skill that I could use? I mean, Divine Blessing would just be super useful, but inconsistent. Recovery speed is also really good. I mean, I already have 1 point in recovery speed. Not necessarily a lot, but it's still good. Antivirus is not useful because we are not dealing with Frenzy this time. And there's no way I will be dropping a lot of power for the sake of a little bit of crit. No thanks. The only thing I would be willing to drop would be Resentment. Speaking of Resentment, I wanted to look at this. Let's see, new adjust mutiny deals moderate additional damage while Resentment skill is active. Deals additional damage while resentment. Okay, so Bad Blood isn't bad, but I don't really know how much it does. The new Udra build is really good for raw damage in general. So if you're using a great sword where you don't care about elemental damage, or even a hammer, this would be just fine going with burst or great sword. It'll be harder to proc in general. I guess the best case scenario would be a uh, like a dual blades or bow. Just because they do attack very frequently. Yeah, I'm fine with the build that I have. I kind of like it, and just because I made it. Nothing too fancy. Let's give this a shot then. It'll be here. Let's go ahead and buff up then. buffs. Alright then, so we have the idea build. I do not need to be chugging the other thing. By the other, I mean the drugs. Those last to like 45 minutes as far as I know. So me having it again a second time the other moment was super wasteful. Okay. All of these are level 1 and only going to be dependent on water. Speaking of water, I'm going to need Flowerfern. I do not have a lot of Flowerfern. Let's save that just because I'm going to give this a couple tries now. So, special ammo and water ammo. That's what we are going to go with. Alright, let's give it a try. Here we go. I'm not going to have too high hopes, but I'm going to just try my best anyways. Okay, here we go. Hold on to those. Those are useful for later. We'll have luring pods on top of them. Let's see. We can put on the corrupting mantle and start the fights. Should have tried to block that. Okay. Alright. Got a lot of things to activate there. Alright. Okay, I got hit pretty hard there. Well, that hit me. Not onto this thing. You're right on top of me. Hate it when they're on top of me like that. I was pretty worried about that hitting me. I couldn't see him at all. I saw his eyes, but that's kind of it. Right. Alright then. Okay. Alright. Figures. Don't get a lot of mobility when I'm not ready for that particular nuke. Alright then, let's quickly head back and keep going. Wonder if we're even gonna win this fight, because I'm trying to do it so darn quickly. Do that. Oh. Alright. Do as much damage as you can. Ow. Oh. Right. So I'm going to die. Nice, I didn't. Definitely felt like I was gonna die though. Man, this guy really does move a ton. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's keep his attention on us. Right. Come on. I don't like how close I am to him, but I don't really get the choice now, do I? Alright, that'll do. Okay. Oh no. There we go. Alright. Not the best, but I don't think I can do better. Do a small buff. All I have is a handful more of burst pods. He's up. Kinda wish he was in the little area with the rocks and the sleeping toads. That would have been really nice. But nope, he has to be way up here. Granted, I could have probably fast traveled, but not a huge fan of that either. Ow. Alright. I cannot see him at all. Alright. Right. I can't see him really. He's also kind of far away from me. This guy is knocking me over. Ah, dang. I'm so bad. I'm gonna be honest, I really shouldn't be using heavy bowguns to begin with. I do not know how to exaggerate more how bad this weapon is in this game. It feels like I'm using it out of spite, but at the same time, I could just use any other weapon. Granted, not just any other. Like, there's some weapons I just haven't used, like the longsword or the switch axe. The switch axe actually seems interesting. The longsword, not so much. Jaded. That's more damage from me. Got this again. Can't. I was gonna say I can't see him whatsoever. I just try to hit him with that just to hit him a little bit more. But don't really know where he's going. Okay, I still have lots of water ammo still, that's good. Okay, it does seem like he went to the rock area, so that's nice, I think. Alright. Just gonna quickly do this and not worry about anything else. Does a good amount of damage to be fair. Let's just hit him here. Hey Lion, how are you doing? My cat decided to jump on my lap. Ow. Oh no. Nope, couldn't even guard it even if I wanted to. Isn't that right, Lion? Now apparently something broke Gravios's wing. Hey Lion, how you doing? My cat's all snuggly right now. It's kinda cute. Anyone else have an orange cat? Granted, mine doesn't really act like an orange cat. Sometimes he does, but not quite as often as others. Okay, Lion, you are really extending your claws out. I get that you want to stretch, but you're doing it all over my face. That did a lot of damage. Hi there. I get you're so snuggly right now, but I'm in the middle of a fight. try putting this on. And leave my headphones alone. Well. Okay, Lane. What you doing? Oof, time is passing by quickly. It's already 8:30. I feel like I haven't really done much. Well, since it's already 8:30 and I do have work tomorrow, I do have to keep these streams a little bit short during the weekdays, so yeah, I guess it's might as well as good as time as any to call it. I guess thanks for watching for anyone who has decided to watch. If you use Heavy Bowgun, what do you think about it? Do you hate it as much as I do? I have no idea why I'm still using it. And what weapon do you prefer to use? Basic questions like that. What weapon do you use? If you use Heavy Bowgun, do you hate it? And what do you think of Arc-Tempered Nudra? I do like his new moveset. I feel conflicted about Arc-Tempered monsters because there's also 8-star monsters and 9-star monsters with all the changes that's been added to the game. From what let me check the freaking map. Let me take a look at it. It should. Let's see. Do I ever get like regular apexes? There's a lot going. What the? Why didn't it? What's this? How many is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? 10? Looks like it. I mean, that's not what I wanted to click on. Oh my goodness, I'm so bad at these buttons. We'll save that. We'll do that one later. But I guess I'm gonna take a quick look at my investigations. Or not even the investigations, just optional quests. What? Okay, so regular Apex monsters are 6-star. I haven't seen a lot of 7-star quests. How many are there? Is it just regular Arkfeld? Is he considered the only one now? Because I think it was tempered apexes that were 7 as well, and then Arkfeld was the only 8-star. But then they changed it to where tempered apexes were now 8-star as well, and I never saw 7-star quests anymore. So I guess they just abandoned 7-star quests in its entirety. Because I don't see any 7-star quests at all. What's considered a 7-star quest now? Is there any at all in the game? Because if it's a regular Apex, it's a 6-star. But Arc-Veiled in the optional quest is considered a 7-star. Gosh, this game is just all sorts of weirdly balanced. They need to get rid of it and started a new kind of like having 8-stars and 9-stars be almost the exact same monster, or that was a really weird thing to say. 8, 9, and 9, 8. Holy moly, my words are all fumbled up right now. 8, 9-star monsters don't feel different from 9-star monsters. What feels different is the wound system. While Arc-Tempered monsters, if I go here, they should... Are they event? Yeah, they're 8-star monsters. Even then, there's also no 7-star event quest either. That's really funny. So usually AT monsters... So yeah, I think that's how it was supposed to be at first. 6-star monsters were regular Apex monsters, tempered were 7-star, and then Arc-Tempered is 8-star, and that makes sense. But now, there are tempered apexes that are 8 and 9 star, while their arc tempered are still only 8, which doesn't make sense. I remember talking about this in my review of Monster Hunter. It's not really a review, it's more about a little bit of a critique is a better way to describe it. I did not like the way there was 8 and 9 star, um, in a sense, variations, because 8 and 9 star does not determine, um, in a sense, the difficulty factor. The star is determined after the difficulty has been surmised. My cat is now meowing and asking to go outside. I might let him out just a minute. I just need to finish my thoughts. For example, Frenzy or Be Frenzied Upon. It is an 8-star difficulty quest, but that does not mean that the monsters themselves are 8-star. However, that has become the inclination on apexes. Let's see. Right now, right here, there's a 9-star Tempered Tuna, but there's also a 8-star Tempered Tuna. Here's a perfect example: 8-star and 9-star. It's the same monster. One is not harder than the other. The only difference being is the wound system, but that's not what differentiates the difficulty either. For example, oh my goodness, why am I trying to explain this? This is so difficult. I get how the quest system is supposed to be, but they're doing it wrong even to themselves. Like, they had a plan. There's a reason why quests are given a star rating, and they completely just threw it away in favor of so many people asking for more difficulty, but they don't even know how to put more difficulty in the game. They fumbled it with 8 stars by almost entirely removing the wound system. And then there's 9 stars that put the wound system back and kinda made them faster, I think. I wonder if you guys can hear my cat. And then let me think. I mean, this all started at 7 stars, which is no longer the case. Everyone was like, oh, it's too easy. We don't like the 7-star apexes because 1, it doesn't give you the materials you want, and 2, they were too easy. So they got rid of 7-star and made 8-star. Great. It's still the same monster. All they did was make less wounds in 8-star. So this was still considered too easy because the fight didn't change. There was just less wounds, and people had, if anything, it became easier because people were simply more used to the fight and were getting hit less. But they still added more damage and health to the monster. Just those two things. And then 9 stars, I think they made them faster. I don't quite remember. I don't even know how to ensure it or prove it. Like, I'd have to record a fight with an 8-star Sergio's and then record a 9-star and then like have them play back side by side and see if they're any faster, if the animations are faster, or if they do any attacks faster. They might. But there's so many issues or inconsistencies which have become issues because the inconsistency of their difficulty system, it has become an issue. Whoa, so many Blangongas. There's 4 of them and 2 of them have been infected with Frenzy. And Frenzies are 5 stars, 5-star quests. And the regular ones are 6-star, when frenzy monsters are supposed to be more dangerous than regular monsters. Oh my goodness. Frenzy is such a joke, I swear. I respect them for making such a, like, pretty game. Like, the game's pretty, for sure. And they really focus on, like, the endemic life and the circle of it, the circle of life, making sure everything has like a hierarchy, a reason to be there. Almost like they cared more about the lore of why a monster was here as opposed to I see why my cat was bothered. He needed to go to the bathroom. I will let him go to the bathroom. Um, not sure why I'm talking about that. Um, anyways, yeah, just it, the game has a lot of issues, and I'm not gonna go into it again. But yeah, what do you guys think of Arc Tempered Nudra? I like their movesets. Um, their star rating and difficulty is all sorts of strange. But yeah, I need to call it here anyways. I'll catch you guys later, and I'll be streaming tomorrow. Should I stream Dinoblade is the question. The demo of that did just come out, and I'm interested in trying it out, so I might try that tomorrow. So, I'll be thinking about that. So for now, I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you guys all later. Bye, 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 bye. Goodbye, goodbye.